Hey everybody! That's for you, YouTube. Hello. Here we are playing Spelunky 2. We're going to be starting some aubergine runs today. For anybody that's not familiar with how you're supposed to run the eggplant. Well, first, who is the most suited to carry the eggplant? I think we all know the answer to that question is Colin. You have to get a present from the shopkeeper. You have to sacrifice the present on the ice caves. That gives you an eggplant follower. So there's a lot of luck involved there. Then you have to carry that follower to the sunken city and sacrifice him to Mommy, question mark, as Dan describes her. And I think then you get to the secret world. Sorry, you sack the present first. Then you get the eggplant. Then you sack the eggplant follower and you get the... I don't know. You just follow the steps, okay? It's easy to do. Just follow these steps. One, cut a hole in the box. Anyway. So you gotta, like, basically, here's the thing. You know, a tide or a cosmic ocean run, you can kind of make that work on any seed. There's just going to be a different degree of difficulty. However, I think an eggplant run seed, you pretty much just have to get a little bit lucky, more or less. You have to have some altars show up at the right spot. Because you can't take a present with you, right? Like, and this is, I'm trying to leverage the strengths of both YouTube and Twitch, right? So, you know, previously, if I was asking this on YouTube, I would be like, right? And then I would never get an answer until like 4 days later, and then people would answer the question. I wouldn't even remember I asked it. So you can't take a present with you. This is a great robbery opportunity. Help me. So I think you have to make sure, well, make sure is kind of the wrong way to describe it, I guess. You have to encounter an altar on the same level as a present at least once. So the best way to guarantee that to the best of your ability, I suppose, is just on the big fish level, right? The Albert Finney, the Ewan McGregor. It's the best you can do. Anyway, great movie, by the way. Like, if we're talking Tim Burton's best movies, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. Look, Edward Scissorhands, good movie. Ed Wood, great movie. Batman 1, fun movie. Batman 2, it's fine. Mostly, like, it's kind of become unnerving over time because... sorry, I gotta go back and ring the bell. Thank you. Batman Returns has kind of become unnerving over time because of the fact that it has young Christopher Walken in it. So you can't actually watch the movie, like, on its own merits anymore. You watch the movie and you go, what the heck? Christopher Walken was, like, under the age of 60 at one point in his life? It's true. He was. It's very weird, too, because Batman Forever... Sorry, Batman Returns, my mistake. Batman Returns with Christopher Walken came out in, like, 1992. And, Pulp Fiction came out in, like, 1994. In 1992, he was young. In 1994, he was old. Life comes at you fast, I suppose. Anyway, this is, it's an interesting sort of situation we got for ourselves on this run. The shopkeeper can definitely make his way out. I think we just accept that the bullet has been bitten. And we go, you know what? We're not going to concern ourselves with the shop, even though there's a lot of great stuff in there. We're going to let that opportunity cost pass us by in order to get into a better position for later. Hold on. There's a lot of great stuff going on here. So the dream is that if we are oh, I hit the shopkeeper, didn't I? Oh my god. If we're unable to get the present, because we can't guarantee that, right? If we're unable to get the present, we still want to try to get to the cosmic ocean. And then I just dropped off Monty, despite, like, getting the altar open up here. So, like, you know, you gotta wonder what the heck this guy was thinking about. Hold on. What happened to this shopkeeper? Oh, God! I'm sorry, that was really loud. But I was, in my defense, I was very scared. Oh my god. Oh my god. The bullets actually, like, went over my head. That was crazy. Why are people saying restart the stream? I don't understand. Because you missed the start of it? I can just, like, we didn't really talk about much over the intro. We mostly just talked about Batman. Apologize to all the ear users in chat. Anyway, how am I doing? I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Nobody asked, but let's pretend that they did. You know, yesterday was a good day. All the stuff on, you know, the Twitch stuff is going really well. The YouTube stuff is going pretty well, and we're figuring it out. The only game I've been taking an L on recently is chess. And I honestly, like, chess has, it has an escape route, because we got that lesson coming up with, International Master Levi Rosman. Dude, this is a Volcana run if I've ever seen one. So I think we'll probably play a little chess in the interim period. But I think we might put it slightly on the simmer until Thursday with Levi. And then my hope is that, you know, like Guitar Hero, yeah, I use the same anecdote all the time, but sometimes in Guitar Hero, you're like, this song's impossible, I'm never gonna be able to FC it, I'm never gonna be able to get gold stars on it. Then all of a sudden, you know, you take a day off and your brain is like, I got it figured out now. I understand how to do the Klosterborg Gambit now. So we'll see. But yeah, for, again, a little bit of a schedule update on Tuesday, which is tomorrow. We're gonna be doing Gex in the morning. I don't know if Dan has announced what we're gonna be playing for Gex, but I think people are gonna love it. I don't want to steal his mojo if he wants to do a cool announcement. Following that, Sips and I will be playing some Rocket League. Should be a lot of fun. He did, oh, come on, man. He did describe it as a dad date. I don't know if I see it that way. I just see it as two dads getting together, hitting some balls, having a good time. I don't know why he's got to make it weird, but I'm ready. I'm ready and willing regardless. Are you gonna teach Levi Rocket League? I honestly, like, if Levi wants to play Rocket League, I would love to play Rocket League with him. But I also almost feel like I have an obligation as a content creator to dissuade him. Because he's in a great position right now. He's playing chess. He's great at chess. And people love watching chess. Like, why risk it by pivoting to Rocket League? Which is a great game, don't get me wrong, but is not on the same kind of wave right now. This is gonna be spicy, by the way. And then on top of all that, maybe it wasn't spicy at all. Like, my man, he's streaming like 10 hours a day. If he's gonna keep streaming 10 hours a day, my personal take on the subject is that he shouldn't debase himself with car soccer. He should just keep riding the... Like, if he's under the impression that playing Rocket League is gonna be a good career move, it's possible, but probably only if he's, like, really good out of the box. See you later, nerd. Variety and fulfillment? Well, if he's looking for fulfillment, like, again, I would love to play with him. I'm not trying to be like, no, Levi, you can't have our coveted spot in Rocket League. But if he's looking for fulfillment, like, he'd probably just be better taking an extra hour off from his stream, spending it with his family, and then coming back tomorrow to play chess. But I also understand, you know, chess burnout for sure. But if you got chess burnout, I'm not sure. Maybe Rocket League is what you want to play, but I personally, I'm not trying to dissuade him in that sense. I just think maybe there's a better fit. I'm not like, no, you can't play Rocket League with us. I'm more like, I think you can find something that'll be a super good fit instead of Rocket League. Yo, our second spring shoe. Now we can stop getting a muscle imbalance when we jump. But yeah, it should be a good week. And I'll reiterate, you know, I'm sorry if you were here for the whole stream yesterday. Well, even if you were, you probably don't remember. So, like, when I say I'm sorry, what I mean actually is F you. Well, this is weird. Those conveyor belts are a real issue, huh? But, no, we don't want to go yet. Now we want to go. Hold on. So what I was going to say is we're taking Wednesday off. We got baby stuff. I feel like I should be forgiven by now. This is getting it's a little much, you know? Bro, come to the left. Come to Brazil. We got time. Just simmer. Spelunky's a game of patience sometimes. Then if this guy comes to the left, he's gonna jump in the frickin' lava. He's gonna die. I'm not gonna get forgiven to begin with. Whatever, I'm out. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, you are forgiven. This is crazy, man. This has been a hard run. That reference, by the way, is to a song by The Who. The Who. Yeah, but what's the name of the band? Anyone ever thought of this joke before? It's like, what if we were, like, confused about what the band was named because they were named sort of, like, ambiguously like that. You know what I mean? It's a song by The Who called A Quick One While He's Away. Very much recommended. I think it's a great song. And if we're talking about classic rock bands of the 60s and 70s, The Who is not my absolute favorite, but they're probably, like, genuinely number 2 to the Beatles. And may I also say, in my personal opinion, a little bit underrated. The Beatles are probably a little overrated, or maybe simultaneously overrated and underrated. Like, they're so overrated that they've actually become underrated by a completely different subset of people. But The Who, on the other hand, I think just uniformly underrated. People see them as like a two-hit wonder. They got Won't Get Fooled Again, the song from Fahrenheit 9/11, and then also Teenage Wasteland. Nah, man, they got other songs. Even they remind me a little bit of a more commercially viable Velvet Underground. Some of their songs, you know, radio classics for sure, but even when they go a little bit more, you know, esoteric, very good. And then on top of that, even their, like, commercial kind of sellout songs have a great viability to them. Like, You Better, You Better, You Bet. Anyway, what am I talking about? I don't know. I've accidentally switched my mind back into YouTube mode. And that's okay. Okay, this is the largest floor I've ever seen. We have a real, genuine Kapala chance. We have the clover, so we have some time. We might as well spend all of the money we've been given. Did I see Tony Amonte on my way up and around here? I don't hear any barking, which means he's probably in this nightmare zone. Oh my god. You know what? No. I don't give you my my permission for that one. That's too far. That's too far. No altar this time. I'll live with it. That's ridiculous. 2-2. All right. Quick caffeination break. No big deal. Just cook 5 bombs, forehead. What do we got in this shop? Climbing gloves. Well, we got 2 spring shoes. Now we could have a climbing glove for each hand too. What the heck is even that? It's a key, is what it is. Chad, I looked at, so yesterday I was streaming, right? So I couldn't look up Bean Dad. So I looked up all the Bean Dad stuff at night after the stream was over. I apologize, it's an ancient meme now. It's almost 24 hours old. That's pretty, the Bean Dad saga went kind of hard, right? So, like, for anybody that isn't familiar with it, like, the Bean Dad became known as the Bean Dad because he posted a story about how, like, you know, his daughter wanted to eat some beans, and then he just gave her the can opener, and he said something ridiculous, right? Like, neither one of us is going to take a bite until you figure out how to use that can opener. And then he's like, put yourself in the shoes of the can opener inventor. He had a purpose and a mechanism for his madness. And then, like, anyway, long story short, because it's the internet in 2020, turns out Bean Dad made several tweets that were, like, overtly racist and anti-Semitic in, like, the early parts of the decade. And they deleted his whole Twitter account. Crazy, man. It's a long, that's crazy. I was laughing, though. So, like, the idea that, you know, he wasn't going to feed his daughter until his daughter figured out how the can opener works. Let's hit this so we can move on here. Somebody in the comments posted, like, an amazing story where they were like, this reminds me of when I was in elementary school, and instead of teaching us the Pythagoras theorem, I don't know what happened there, but I feel good. They just showed, like, a bunch of right triangles on the board, and then showed the measurements and kept going, like, see? Notice anything? Do you see what's happening? And then the guy was like, you know, sorry I wasn't literally Pythagoras himself at the age of 11. It's like, man, I didn't realize there was, like, more than one of this person out there. I love the idea that they were like, just come up with Pythagoras theorem. Anyway. Anyway, we're just... it was very safe down here. We're just going down. Probably we're looking at the left here. Just seems like some... Oh, never mind. When I said left, I meant right. It's like the east-west confusion. What? Leprechaun. The man can weather the storm of 2 arrows. Can you believe it? I do have to say as well, like, if we're talking about mathematics, I feel like Pythagoras' theorem is one of the most overrated. Like, it's useful, don't get me wrong. If you've, you know, there's probably, it's one of those things, like, I'm a little too smooth-brained to understand. Like, in my head, I'm like, what's it useful for, except for solving for the hypotenuse or whatever side of a triangle, given its other, angles or its other side lengths. It probably is like, well, without that we couldn't have the internet as we know it. But, like, gravity, great theory. I'm really holding out hope that one becomes real and verified. The jury's still out for now, but Pythagoras theorem, for my standards in life, I feel like I could take it or leave it. By the way, here's your arrow back. Beauty. Beauty. Alright, take me out of here. It's been a pretty deftly handled Spelunky 2 run so far. Fermat's last theorem is the real hotness. Isn't that the, Fermat's last theorem is like the one where if you solve it, you get like $1 billion or something like that? I'm always like, dude, I wish I went into math, cause like Rip to Goodwill Hunting. He's a real guy, right? Rip to Goodwill Hunting, but I'm just built different. Like, why don't they just solve it? Like, why are they wasting their time? You know what I mean? Like, working on the blockchain or whatever, when they could be solving that. Quit sitting around, you know. Yeah, quit posting those Twitter clickbait quizzes where it's like, you know, is it PEMDAS or BEDMAS or solve for this? 100% of 5th graders can get it. Get to work, you know. I have asked this before, I apologize, but I really do think like a great business idea for me as well is and I don't have the time for it right now, but eventually, like, I would love to do a podcast where I interview people who have a job I don't understand, and then figure out what it is that they do. You know what I mean? Like, I have genuinely no clue what... Like, if you have a PhD in mathematics and you are not a math teacher or a math professor, I don't know what you do. Like, in my head, you just fill out, like, multiplication, times table, workbooks all day. I really don't know. I don't know what you do. I have no idea. I would love to know. Obviously, you're not just sitting around doing, like, oh, yes, is there a doctor on board? Yes. Oh, good, someone just had a heart attack. Well, I'm not a medical doctor, but I could tell you what 12 times 14 is. Like, I'm sure it's not like that, but that's in my head. I have such, like, a rudimentary idea of what a mathematician does, that's what I feel like it's like. Help me. They write algorithms? Yeah, but, like, I wrote algorithms, too. And I'm not bad at math. I'm bad at math relative to, like, someone who's got a PhD in it, obviously. But, like, I can calculate tips really quickly in my head. I don't even need to use, like, my phone or nothing. They write better algorithms? You're talking about, like a for each loop instead of a for loop or whatever? I don't know what they do, man! I don't know. I don't understand. Yours don't have constant runtime? Yeah, I try not to have them have constant runtime because it would freeze my computer if I just ran like a while loop infinitely, you know? With no condition. Brett. Anyway, I want you to fall anyway. So we can do some more bomb shenanigans here. I have a maths degree and I'm a programmer now. See, I think that's because there was a guy that was one of my housemates in college. He got a double major in physics and math, and now he works in data analysis. So I guess that's the pipeline. As far as I know, at least. But I don't know. Again, like, this is needlessly reductionist. Oh, look at that little dance. Is needlessly reductionist for sure. Bro, just do the thing. But isn't all work kind of like data analysis plus something else? Like, I guess I just don't know what data analysis is. But I'm like, I work in data analysis. I'm analyzing the data on the screen right now, and then I'm trying to come up with the funniest possible commentary to match it. That's not what it... That's what I thought that's what it was. It's about nice spreadsheets? Dude, I got a nice spreadsheet I could show you. It's my Twitch schedule. I got it color-coded and everything. Bro. I'm not gonna show it. There's secret announcements and stuff on there. Don't get too hyped, though. It's not that cool. Oh, there we go. Anyway, I'm just... Like, that's why I need the podcast. I genuinely find, like, what other people... Like, I find what I do for a living incredibly boring, because I do it for a living. Don't get me wrong, it's cool, and when people ask me questions about it, I'm like, I totally get it. By the way, prepare yourself. This is going to be like a 20-minute long Olmec fight, because we have so few bombs, but... But I'm like, I want to know nothing about the way that, like, other YouTubers and streamers work. I want to know way more about, like, you know, like, if you're, particularly, like a really academic degree, that, like, I guess, like, what I'm getting at here is, like, I don't understand. Please don't be mad at me for this, okay? But I'm being very sincere when I say this. I don't understand why, like, if you had a master's degree in physics, why is that valuable? You know what I mean? Like, what do you do? I'm not saying what I do is valuable as well. It's one of history's great injustices, is that, you know, like 22-year-old Twitch streamers can start making like, you know, 7 figures if the game that they're good at just pops off. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what somebody with a physics degree does. Just because I don't know what you do if you're good at physics. My only frame of reference, have you done this 3 times? Okay, you have. My only frame of reference for physics is answering questions that you get in physics class. Which, you know, I'm gonna do the thing now where I go like, it's the school system's fault. But really, I do feel like at least high school does a really good job of like, or sorry, a really bad job of explaining the practical applications of some of the science stuff you learn. Like, I'll tell you, it's not a good reason, but the reason that I the reason I chose biology as my major was because I enjoyed biology class. That's a terrible reason. And I don't mean like because biology is not lucrative or whatever. I mean more so because just because you like biology class doesn't mean you'd actually enjoy doing the jobs that you would get from having a degree in biology. Like, it turns out I enjoyed learning about biology, but I absolutely hated lab work. So what are you gonna do? Like, those don't compute. They're contradictory impulses to one another. You're basically like, it's that, or like if you decide you want a biology degree and you don't want to be, you don't want to work, you know, with lab-related stuff. It's basically like, okay, enjoy teaching biology. Works out for some people. I mean, I guess in the end it kind of worked out for me, but not in the way that it was intended, I suppose. But yeah, like I almost feel like one day, if there was just like one day, like every time I took a history class, the teacher always felt like they had to justify why you take a history class, because I'm sure you get a bunch of questions as a history teacher. Why do I even need to know this? It's just memorizing dates of stuff that's already happened. You gotta like write an essay on like history informs us on where we are today. Those who don't know history are doomed to repeat it. And I'm like, citation needed. It's a nice little quote, but I'm not sure if it actually applies 100% of the time. But I wish that, like, I love history, by the way, but I wish that that even science classes had that. Even as somebody who has a degree in science, I wish that more pure science classes, like in 11th grade, they were like, here's why physics is useful. You know, it's not just so you can calculate, like, if you know the angle of the sun and the length of a shadow, you can calculate the height of a fence post or something like that. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. But I'm not anti-school. You know, if you've watched me for any length of time, I'm very pro-school. Dude, I still don't know the purpose of geography class, but I'm pretty sure that's mostly because geography class in high school like has no purpose beyond kind of soaking up time. At least in our geography classes, we never learned anything useful. It was always just like, well, I mean, memorize the capital of this, you know. Anyway. I'm not saying physics is not useful. I'm being gaslit a little bit. I know it's useful, and it, like, you know, there's that that classic XKCD comic that's like, you know, biology is just applied chemistry, chemistry is just applied physics. So I know that it like underpins everything. I'm just like, I feel like I was never forced to learn why it underpins everything, but I'm open to learning. I'm not one of those. I'm not anti-intellectual. If anything, I'm far too pro-intellectual. When I make fun of willful ignorance and stupidity, people are like, "Please stop! It's bordering on cruelty." And I'm like, "Well, then they should read some Zin." I didn't whip it because I thought it was gonna hit me, and then I whipped that one for no reason, ruined my chance to possibly win 3 ropes. Please. This is, by the way, next floor is, or no, yeah, no, that's true. Next floor is the one where it all matters, you know. If we get an altar, we're good. If we don't get an altar, this is just a crappy little Cosmic Ocean 799 run, probably. Love the machete, don't we, folks? Most material engineers come from a physics background. See, that's where I'm like, I'm far too dumb to understand that. I only understand. Let's go! I only understand civil engineering. If you're building a bridge, I get it. Any other kind of engineering, I do not understand in the least. Like, what the heck is the difference between a chemical engineer and a chemist? Isn't it just like 2 words for the same thing? It's like eggplant and aubergine. Okay, aerospace I get. I'll give you that one. I'm not even gonna... Ooh. Banana. But like materials engineer, I don't understand. Like, are you the... If you're a materials engineer, are you making like industrial compounds? Like you're inventing like sheetrock and WD-40 and stuff like that? Yes, dude. It's good to know. You know, I mean, I'm genuine. Like, I'm trying. You can make fun of me for not knowing it in advance, but I think that's kind of like a small brain take. Instead, I think you should be praising me endlessly for having the willingness to learn. All right, maybe not an unending amount of praise, but definitely like a lot. I don't see an altar. So this may just be a stinky cosmic ocean run. Boring. Never mind, I might just be dead. Never mind, I'm great. Okay. Like, if that's the case, I don't even want the gift on this floor. Just get me out of here. Give me Excalibur, get me out. Break the wrist, walk away. Yeah, like, is there... now this... Look, I say this as somebody who has, a non-prestigious... I don't have spike shoes. Why am I jumping on these guys? A non-prestigious, diploma in this exact field. But, is there a greater oxymoron than software engineer? Like, you are building things, but... not like, you know, with concrete, you know what I mean? Like, it's... Again, I'm not trying to say that it's not cool or whatever, but isn't like, someone who writes novels is basically like a, would you say that they are a literary engineer, or would you say that they're a novelist? That's just my take on it. You know, I mean, I understand. Hey, why are you booing me? I'm wrong. Anyway. I'm not a programmer. I'm a software engineer. I don't actually write code anymore. I just draw on a big whiteboard how other people should write the code. I'm not like other programmers. I'm a cool programmer. Okay, hold on. Hey, man, get out of here. I am not going to do the onk skip because we are bomb poor. Take me. Shut up and dribble. Yo, I watched a game of basketball last night, and like I didn't. So I've been watching a little basketball on occasion, and I've been like, I don't appreciate, and not in like a negative way, but like it's lost on me to some extent. Then I watched the Nets versus Wizards game last night, and I was like, wait a minute, this is fun. I was enjoying it. I don't know what it. So I would say. I am a fan of 2 teams. I'm a fan of the current current iteration of the Brooklyn Nets, and I am a fan of the current iteration of the Washington Wizards. They were, and oh, dude, it's just something about like when they shoot a free throw or a 3-pointer, and it goes in. You're like, there's no way that's going in. The dude's standing in the corner. He's got no chance. He's got no talent. And then when he shoots it and it just swishes, you're like, what? That's incredible. So I would like the Kapala, obviously. If we can't get Monty to the altar in time, then we can't get Monty to the altar in time. But of course, I'd love to try. Still got 30 seconds, so relative lifetime. Even then, we got some ghost action. So look, I don't care who it offends. I'm inclined to say, actually, at this point in my life, that I think basketball might be kind of cool. I know it's not a popular choice. Cool. Cool. Probably should have just used the bomb, but I was like, you know what? He's gonna live long enough to get sacrificed. But Kali got caught sleeping. That hurts. That hurts a little. Yeah, I like to use my platform for positive stuff. I like to use it to spread positivity. And this week I'm staying in basketball. Basketball takes too much heat. It's not popular enough. I think it's finally time for basketball to get its just desserts. Dude, by the way, forget just desserts, dude. Like, I'm not anti-dessert. And you know, you're gonna laugh, but I actually feel like I've gotten more pro-dessert, like, in the I was gonna say 6 weeks, but like 3 months since I've become a dad. I've actually become way more pro-dessert. It's like, I never had a sweet tooth, and then as soon as I had a kid, I was like, you know what, I could go for a little bit of ice cream now. Why should, like Bilbo Baggins with the ring. Why shouldn't I have it? I've worked hard today. I've been up for a long time. Why shouldn't I have it? But forget just desserts, man. We should get just entrees. Or just appetizers, man. Don't kill me. We gotta focus. That was not focus, or it was misfocused. He's dead, I'm not scared. Smiling gold eye. Dude, that's like the ideal one. Smiling gold eye. Would love to have a shop here and an altar. That's pretty unlikely, though. I suppose it's possible. Dunk, dunk, dunk. Bro, I'm dead. Well, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Watch live as well if you like the YouTube videos. Twitch.tv/NorthernLion. We're live 11 to 4 p.m. Every single day except Saturday. Hope you enjoyed this one. We'll be back to try another eggplant run next time. Yo, do you think the mech is made out of the eggplant?